This past Saturday, that is on 10th of December, tens of thousands of protesters took to the streets of Dhaka in Bangladesh, calling for the dissolution of parliament and demanded the resignation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The mass protest in Dhaka was organized by the opposition Bangladesh Nationalist Party, that is BNP, which has accused the Sheikh Hasina government of not being able to step up to the occasion and of dereliction of duty. In this video, we decode the reasons why the situation in Bangladesh seems to be going out of hands and why time does not seem to be on the side of the current Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. But before that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to One India. This crisis is not just a political war for survival or a usual battle of usurping power. It's more than that. In fact, the background of what is happening now was ready months ago. A lot of factors had combined together in past few months to aggravate the situation, and it is perhaps simply the pent-up anger of people which the country is witnessing now. Dhaka had witnessed huge protests after a massive hike of 51% in essential fuels was declared in August that had made its citizens livid. That massive hike was the biggest hike in prices of fuel since Bangladesh became a free and sovereign country. Although there were already concerns about the nation falling prey to the debt trap of China, the impending economic crisis had made concerns even more worrisome. As a matter of fact, Bangladesh this year became the third country in South Asia after Pakistan and Sri Lanka to seek financial support from IMF. Let's look at the economy of Bangladesh that has been in a free fall almost throughout this year. Up until a few months back, its foreign reserves had fallen to over $42 billion. Today, the value of its currency stands up to almost 105 against the US dollar. Add to it the following facts. FDI inflows in the country have declined almost 20 to 25% since last year. Trade deficit has widened to around $32 to $35 billion now. The income from remittance and exports has slowed down. The transaction deficit has reached a new record now due to low foreign exchange earnings. All these downward economic trends point to the vicious cycle of debt and poverty. The biggest problem for the common people now is inflation. Inflation rates have been skyrocketing since months now. According to the IMF forecast, the average inflation in Bangladesh will be 9.1% in 2023. This means there is no sign of any good news in terms of inflation rate in future either. It has increased the cost of living and has decreased the actual income of people. The big problems for the entrepreneurs are the power and energy crisis. Furthermore, the widespread and pervasive rampant corruption in its power sector and capital flight from the country in recent times have added to the woes. The production has been steadily declining. The Bangladesh Bank is still struggling with the rate of dollars. The government income is also low. As a result, it is not possible to increase the allocation for subsidies, which means most of the population is without any sort of safety net and are barely surviving. Bangladesh has also been particularly vulnerable to Russia-Ukraine conflict as it imports significant amounts of essential items such as cooking oil, wheat and other foodstuffs as well as fuel. The gap in supply due to the ongoing conflict has led to soaring food and energy costs. This has widened the current account deficit and has left it reeling without energy sources. Then there are allegations of Sheikh Hasina regime trying to muzzle the press, of incarcerating social activists, of suppressing free speech and expression, and of torturing anyone who dares to raise his or her voice against her. This aspect of her rule has always been in the scanner of the global power and the human rights organizations. The 75-year-old Sheikh Hasina has been in power since 2009. She had won a third consecutive term as Prime Minister in 2018 in an election that was marred by deadly violence and allegations of rigged ballots. But these protests are not just any protests. These are surely a bad omen for her. The situation is increasingly getting worse and she is hard-pressed for time and for solutions. This time, it seems no band-aid is perhaps going to stop the bleeding. These were all about the protests Bangladesh is currently witnessing. We hope you would like this new video. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe to One India channel and never miss an update.